Do we have, high school leadership coming in tonight to present?
It's fresh, there's two freshmen, so
So maybe.
they should, yes, the answer is yes, I talked to them last week. So two freshmen, one that.
Yeah, we've covered, you like, we covered, so. That's 28.
All over. The Pleasantville School Board is January 13th, 2025. We'll start with pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll follow up before we read our mission statement. I had intended to do this at the last board meeting, but didn't communicate soon enough with Jim to get it on the agenda. I'd like to observe a moment of silence in recognition of the recent passing of Pleasantville Schools, Pleasantville District student Easton Bounds, and also take a moment to wish Stephen and Ryan a speedy recovery from their injuries. Go ahead and take a moment of silence right now for both families. Very much. I'll go ahead and read our mission statement. Our mission is to graduate all students with high levels of academic and personal achievement, ready for post-secondary excellence, prepared for productive, compassionate citizenship through research-based instruction and a collaborative system of support. 4.0 any changes or additions to the agenda. 5.0 introductions and attendance. We have our audience members introduce themselves tonight.
I'm Lauren Motif, parent to a first grader and eighth grader. I'm April Lewis, I'm an eighth grader.
Welcome tonight. Move to 6.0 presentation, 6.1 student of the month.
I think it's very much. So students of the month. Most improved ninth grade was Parker Shannon, 10th grade, Nevaeh Gallagher, and 11th grade, Adrian Ventura. And no 12th grade most improved students of the month were freshman Jackie Nunes, 10th grade, Sienna Shadden, 11th grade, Brandon Toby, and our student of the month was Micah Tresack.
Very much. 6.2 high school leadership.
I think they're here.
All right. We'll fit them in if they hopefully they'll show up. 6.3 school counselor week proclamation. Is something that you would like me to read out, Chris, or Jim, sorry.
Yeah, if you would. So School Counselor Week is actually February 3rd to the 7th. So it's the preparation of recognizing our school counselors for that week.
All right, the proclamation the district is making, whereas school counselors are employed in public and private schools to help students reach their full potential. And whereas school counselors are actively committed to helping students explore their abilities, strengths, interests, and talents as these traits relate to career awareness and development. And whereas school counselors help families focus on ways to further the academic career and social emotional development of their children. And whereas school counselors work with teachers and other educators to help students explore their potential and set realistic goals for themselves. And whereas school counselors seek to identify and utilize community resources that can enhance and complement comprehensive school counseling programs and help students become productive members of society. And whereas comprehensive school counseling programs are considered an integral part of the education process that enables all students to achieve success in school. Therefore, I, Stephen Hammond, Board Chair, do hereby proclaim February 3rd through 7th, 2025 as National School Counseling. Would you like me to read the next one as well?
I've got this one. You can take this one.
All right.
All right, so the month of January is also School Board Appreciation Month. So in recognition of our school board, and this was set by Tina Kotek in December. That is proclamation from the Office of the Governor, whereas Oregonians rely on public education to ensure a prosperous quality of life and strong economic health of Oregon. Whereas locally elected boards fulfill leadership roles and serve as the conduit through which teachers, parents, businesses, and communities demonstrate the care, creativity, and support that leads to achievement. And whereas public schools nurture and train diverse student populations to give students the knowledge, skills, and opportunities they need to succeed. And whereas board members build a framework that makes it possible for education and organizations to teach Oregon's children. And whereas we thank committed community members who serve on the boards of Oregon's 197 school districts, 19 education service districts, and 17 community colleges and 7 public universities for their dedication to the education needs of Oregonians. Now, therefore, I, Tina Kotek, Governor of the State of Oregon, hereby proclaim January 2025 to be School Board Recognition Month. This year we've got some certificates that we'd like to give you guys. So this is a certificate of appreciation, work to our school board in recognition of the valuable contributions you have made to the Pleasanton School District as a member of the board of directors. And you haven't seen already that nice little tree that Kimberly has put together for you.
They almost look too nice to eat.
That's all for sure.
Thank you. All right, this brings us to 7.0 public forum. For those who are on site, during this portion of the board meeting, members of the public are specifically invited to present items of commendation and or concerns. At the discretion of the board chair, further public participation may be allowed at the time specific agenda items are under consideration by the board. Please see district policy BDPH. For those viewing online, the school district posts the upcoming agenda on our website, pleasantville.k12.or.us, the Friday before regularly scheduled Monday school board meetings. This will allow for public comment prior to board meeting. Please click on the tab provided to share your comments for the school board to consider at the upcoming meeting. Personnel matters may not be discussed in public at a school board meeting. Members of the public who have personal concerns or commendations should share them directly with the district superintendent, Mr. Chris. The public comment this evening. All action items, 8.1 consent agenda. Moved and seconded, are there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. 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 Passes unanimously. 8.2, accept annual financial audit.
So we've got Corey from our CPA from Acuity is online as well. So each year, as you know, we've got to present the annual audit from the year previous. So this has to be the 23-24 audit. So Oregon State law requires an annual audit of all financial transactions of the school district for all operating funds, including grant funds and trust funds. The independent accounting firm Acuity LLC conducted the 2023-24 fiscal year ending. And this document was made available this meeting. A copy of the report is published on the district's website as well as available tonight. In addition to the annual comprehensive financial report are the management letters for the district addressed to the school board. Corey Sarek, CPA from Acuity, is available for a brief presentation and any questions that you might have.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for having me here tonight. Most of the audit was just really good news. We had one minor finding, I'll call it very minor. We found it in June, and I'm going to go ahead and say it's because ESSER is very sticky with looking at things. So for your federal programs, we look at the ESSER program, and one of the caveats with it is that you have to get approval for capital projects. And the way you know in your capital projects, that is the way they're coded within your system. And there was just an object code issue within the system. Luckily, since we were there in June, Sherry was able to get approval from ODE before the year was closed and we were there for final audit. So it didn't turn into an audit finding. It's not one that's unfamiliar. We've had it in most of our audit clients that have had ESSER projects, because sometimes little things, in this case, it was the Bell system, get coded somewhere other than a 500. Excuse me. And so it's just one of those little things that slips through. Luckily, there's an easy fix, and ODE is great about working with the districts. So, we had a handful of journal entries. None of them really concerning for you as a board. So it means that you're able to make good decisions because you're getting good financial information. Don't have to worry about, will this change once we've made a decision? Most of the journal entries, if you were looking through them, relate to property taxes, which we get from the county. I'm sorry. And payables, and visions and payables just are, it's one of the hardest processes. The support teams that work with visions will tell people to do it wrong because it's easier to roll, and auditors need it a different way. And so there's a disconnect a lot of times with payables. I think usually we have a little bit of a journal entry. And so again, not really a systemic concern. It's more the way that we want it versus the way the tech people want it. So if we look at your overall full accrual net position, all of the categories of net position were positive at the end of the year, which is a really nice thing to see. Your current ratio, which lenders always look at and highlight, is they like 1-to-1. It's 3-to-1 at the end of the fiscal year. So again, very positive things going on in the financials. Ending fund balance was about $8 million for the general fund at the end of the fiscal year. It's healthy. Happy to see that. It's always a balance, we know, between offering the programs and keeping staff happy and making sure you can meet your obligations. We all know that there will be a steep funding drop off with grants. We've been anticipating it for years. And so to see that you are able to carry a healthy general fund balance means you're going to be able to be a lot more responsive to those changes as they come along. That's a really good thing to see. Oregon has us look at budget things. Were you in compliance? Yes, you were. Did you get public contracts like you were supposed to? Yes, you did. Did you have insurance? Yeah, you did. All those sorts of things. So we didn't have any issue. No state school fund issues, no SIA issues. So all good there. And like I said, we looked at ESSER for the single audit this year. So one good thing that I never know with you guys, because you're always on the cusp, but the single audit threshold is $1 million now moving forward. So there may be years that you actually fall below it and don't have to have the federal compliance audit. I know that would make Sherry's life easier, but we'll see moving forward. So that's all I had for you. Did anybody have questions? No news is good news, right? Or no.
All hearing none, I think we're good. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. And kudos to Sherry and her staff for doing a great job this year.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
What you just said, thank you very much, Sherry, to you and the rest of the district staff.
Not just this year.
Year in, year out.
It's recommended the board of directors accept the other financial reports for 23-24 as presented.
And move acceptance of the annual financial audit, exhibit 2425.165.
Second. Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. 8.3, approve 25-27 Lane ESD local service plan. Year one.
Yeah, so this is the getting ready for the next plan for 25-27. So this is the year one local service plan for the ESD. So it's required by Oregon statute 334.175. The ESD has developed a local service plan. The process involved in this plan included an analysis of all resolution and core services offerings available to complement school districts. The 25-27 service plan year one was developed in collaboration with component district superintendents, the ESD administrators, and staff, and reviewed and approved by the ESD board of directors on December 17, 2024. The plan contains all services mandated by the law. Local service plan services are intended to improve student learning, enhance the quality of instruction provided to students, assure equitable access to resources, and maximize operational and fiscal efficiencies. So the board of directors, including the school district, has completed their annual review of the ESD 25-27 local service plan, which is what we're here to do tonight, which includes services for students with special needs, instruction equity and partnerships, essentially school improvement, technology, administrative support, and custom services. The plan provides a 2-year framework that must be approved annually by the ESD. A component school district board is no later than March 1st. And what you've got in your packet tonight is the first page, that's got the highlighting on is the local service plan, and you can see the amounts of, money that's been allocated for our local service plan. The part that I draw your attention to is the next piece, which is the actual booklet for the slate of 25-27 year one local service plan. So Tony, LASD superintendent and his team, along with our 16 superintendents, have spent the last year going through the local service plan, basically this document, and trying to make it better user friendly. And so what you're seeing here today is really the outcome of the work that we've done here and being able to do that. I think the biggest outcome, of course, as far as superintendents is being able to look at this is when you get into the document, when they go through the menu of services and talking about what the service area is, but then also the description of each of those services. And then later on in there, also where services are budgeted to, whether it's a grant funds, whether it's the library funds with grants, or if it's through the general fund. So a lot of work is going into updating the list just to make it more user friendly. So tonight, asking that board of directors authorize and approve the Lake ASD 25-27 local service plan year one, proposing Gale and requests Lake ASD to provide the service described during the 25-26 fiscal year.
Excuse me, I move to approve the 2025-27 Lane ESD local service plan year one, exhibit 2425.166.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
I have one question. On the highlighted part, with for like the psychologist and behavior consultants being like a pathologist, that money would become available if we hired one.
That would be the unit cost if we wanted to enroll in those services.
Yes,
Through Lake ASD. Yeah.
thanks.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. 9.0 board discussion. Anything for board discussion this evening? All right. 10.0 reports and information, 10.1 elementary school reports. Good evening, Brenda.
Elementary school is continuing to track attendance data both school-wide and then by grade level, and have our leader, like a leaderboard in the front of the school. And tracking attendance by grade level, and it's interesting, every month it has changed drastically. There's not one trend per grade level, but we also have a top class for each grade level that we're rewarding kids for, and it's really motivating for them. And that seems to be more consistent, when you look at the classes. I think Mr. Grassman's going on 3 of being the top class for 5th grade. And we have attendance banners we give each classroom and they hang outside of their doors, and the kids really like to walk by and see at the beginning of the month who's at the top of the leaderboard. So it's been a really good way to motivate our attendance increase. The morning of January 6th, the in-service day when we came back from winter break, our teachers spent time working with an organization called TNPT. It stands for the New Teacher Project, but they don't just work with new teachers. And it's an organization that's being provided through Lane ESD, and they're really helping us work on our literacy instruction. And specifically this session, they worked with our core resource, our benchmark curriculum, and our teachers did some really valuable work around literacy instruction. The great use of their time that day. Our character trait of the month for December was safety. And we gave out special safety Billy Bucks for students who are demonstrating safe behaviors across the school. And then this week we'll have our Philly Spirit Assemblies to award our kind of our students of the month for safety. So that's on Wednesday and Thursday this week. And then in December, the 5th grade put on an amazing winter concert with their rendition of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Mr. Strong did an amazing job of putting together, it was not just a musical, but with solos and words, and it was a really cool event, and lots of positive feedback from not only the kids and families, but kids who get to look forward to doing that in the grade. That we get to do something like that, so thinking about having something to look forward to in the grade. Upcoming events, we have a PTO meeting next Tuesday here at 2:30. We've got, oh, no, tomorrow, I'm off a week, tomorrow. And then we have our Billy Spirit Assemblies Wednesday and Thursday, both at 40. And then at the end of the month, PTO is gonna put on a bingo night. We're gonna try out to see how bingo in the elementary cafeteria. See if that's an event to draw the community in and something we can do frequently. So it should be really fun. Have boys and bingo.
Questions or feedback from Brian? Thank you very much. Going to middle school report. Caleb.
Hello. So recapping, right before winter break, we had awesome band and choir concert, so kudos to attending. Mr. Dixon, I think highlight for me was definitely Mr. Dixon's beatboxing during the choir concert. It's pretty awesome. Looking at our regular attender data by grade level. So unlike the elementary, there's actually a direct trend. So you can see the graph, but then below, as I have it charted out, percentage of regular attenders year to date, once we got to December, was actually down 1% across all 3 grade levels. Below that, you're looking at updates of our average daily attendance for all students by month. So that's down just a little bit to 92.6%. Looking ahead, our boys basketball team, this should be a combined 7th and 8th grade team. We'll have the first game on Wednesday against Fern Ridge. We currently have 20 students registered to play basketball this season. And then we rescheduled our previously scheduled winter dance that was going to happen before break. Will actually be this Friday.
Line, something correct. We got enough kids.
I believe it was about numbers.
You know, they have 20.
At least when I looked at this point. There's kids to play.
Some kids get to play.
What was your question?
Do some kids get to play?
Great question.
There's one team with that many.
I'd have to ask Kyle.
They'll likely still have the 2 teams, but they were probably really heavy on 1 grade level and really light on the 3 grade level. So there'd be, for instance, if they were having 8 to 7th graders playing in 8th grade with 8th graders, they're still not there for 2 teams.
Okay. Any feedback or questions for Caleb? Thank you. 1.3 high school report, maybe Chris.
Good evening. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Happy school board appreciation. You guys deserve it. I kind of wrote it like when I was kind of putting this together. December obviously was a pretty impactful month at the high school for sure, in the middle school, for sure, the middle high school. So basically, I'll kind of read through it. So as we close another month, we reflect on the events that have shaped our school community. This month has been a poignant blend of mourning, resilience, and celebration. Tragically, we faced the heartbreaking loss of one of our young students, as well as 2 other students overcoming their injuries, returning home from the hospital, and starting a long road to recovery and healing. This event left a profound impact on our school and community. Our school and the surrounding community came together in remarkable ways to support the families of the affected students. Fundraising events, community gatherings were organized to provide assistance and show support for the families. This outpouring of support highlights the strength of our community and the importance of coming together in times of need. As we transition into winter, the excitement of winter sports begins to fill the air. Our athletes are gearing up for the season. When we Encourage everyone to come out and support our teams. Whether it's basketball, wrestling, swimming, or cheerleading, let's show our school spirit and cheer on our athletes as they compete. And a side note at this point, we have 2 swimmers at homeschool, and then we have Sydney and Brink. They're doing well. Our basketball teams, the girls are ranked number 8, the boys are number 2, and the boys are ahead by 9 points in the 4th quarter against Elmira right now. This month also featured outstanding performances from our bands and choirs. The concert showcased the incredible talent of our students and provided a much needed opportunity for joy and celebration. Throughout the difficult times, the middle and high school students and staff members, spirit of giving and the students and staff members embraced the spirit of giving and joy. From festive decorations to community service initiatives, students and staff showed their commitment to spread and cheer. Our winter dance is going to be Saturday the 25th, a week from this coming Saturday, and the theme is winter dance. So, they're ready to go that way. Our school climate survey has been launched, and so the high school, since we pretty much done the middle school, we'll get on that right now. So as soon as I get that, I'll kind of break it down. That'll be one of my things I share with you guys. I'll share with the student climate survey is reflecting. Our attendance, obviously for the juniors and seniors, it was really dropped down, and I did do the correlation, check out the daily attendance, and a lot of it was the immediate week following the tragedy. And so I think some kids, it doesn't take a large number of kids that take off and go to the hospital, and they're kind of sitting there. And that was kind of one of the things that we done. Students were leaving school and then going back to the hospital to sit and provide support for the families. Our average daily attendance, our average daily attendance kind of school-wide, you can see it was 93, 94, 93, 93, and again, the month of December project at 89. So I'm hoping to kind of see a rebound on that this month. And I'll look deeper into the juniors and seniors and exercising all right. You guys have any questions?
The only thing feedback is we do is I think it was really great that we had therapy dogs here. For both students and staff.
Yeah, I did receive a lot of good feedback.
Right, thank you very much, Chris. 10.5 superintendent report. 10.4 quarterly financial report, that's what it says. Sorry, Sherry, let's go off the hook.
You'll see I do a piece of paper on your spots because I had made an error in the list of the reserves. We have a new reserve account this year and they didn't get it. The addition on that is 285, the capital projects reserve to replace the one that was in your packet. To go over the normal reports, we have received all but 250,000 of our tax revenues already this year. We received over 5 million in our state school fund payments and 319,000 from interest from investments. Sadly, the rate is going down and it went down further at Banner than they had told me that it would. So we are actually in the process of moving some of our bigger deposits from the back from Banner back to LGIP. Just because the rate is a couple points higher there. You'll see that in next month's financial statements. We spent 2.3 million in salary expenditures, 1.3 in benefits. That's through December. Purchasing, the rest of the purchasing services and supplies is about 1.1 million. In your quarterly reports, you'll see kind of a summary of the general fund and where we are with that. Excuse me. The cash investments report is just a transparency document showing you where we have our money at the moment. And you'll see that at the end of December, we had 7 million in LGIP and 8 in our Banner money market, but that is starting to change. And then the last report is our reserve accounts and our special revenue funds. It's just showing what we've spent so far of those revenues. We've made our transfers into the reserves And we're starting to spend that on projects. And any questions on that?
Very done. We'll move on. Thank you very much, Sherry, again. Now we'll move to 10.5 superintendent report.
So we've got two budget committee openings. We have started the process of recruiting for those. Anticipate having those open for the next month. And they have a good pool of candidates to bring you guys to interview, two choices to fill the budget committee for the next couple of years, a couple of them. You know, two openings there. I think just to kind of echo what Chris said, we ended December on really kind of a heavy note. Those things do have a tendency to bring your community together, but they are extremely heavy. Public, I just want to announce, just to thank our administrators for the work that they did and supporting students and staff during that time. And we've come through it. And we'll continue to support the families and maybe as I know that things will continue to happen. There's always those. It's just those moments in time that are triggers for individuals, especially with students participating in football. As we start to get ready for football season again, this things will way ahead in the community. Unfortunately. That said, we got back to school without any weather events. Hopefully we'll get through a gay weekend without any weather events. Everything's looking good right now. Our snow level is staying just high enough that our ski resorts have got lots of snow and they're staying open. But also high enough that we're not getting anything down here. So we're back at it. We've got Greta mentioned the TNTP professional development that's going on. We've got some great insights regarding literacy, especially between the grades K and 8. I have some of those updates for you in my email that I'll send out towards the end of this week as well. And sharing my boss is starting to get up and get ready for budget season. Sure, it's a favorite time of year. All I got. You guys got any questions for me?
Where's the process out with students?
Sure. I met with, I've got another meeting coming up, so we're moving forward with Studer. We've got our Title II funds that can be used for that. We've got to go do that. We've got Kathy is going to be the coach that is part of that. I've got a phone call set up with Kathy. It's coming up quick. I'm say it's next week, and then she will actually come out and meet with our administrators. And we start a book study and start the actual process of the coaching with the administrative staff. We will then start the alignment piece. Part of that alignment piece will be with our learner profile. So at next month's meeting, I'll have the learner profile and some of the way that we've got feedback from the community, the teacher on the profile. Have you five really make the final decision on which the three drafts, which I gave you in the previous email update. That you'd like to see with the learner profile. Start to take the student, take all that information, put together into one aligned document. And then start working on your scorecards, from the student presentation, to start to really get into what the district goals are, and those goals are aligned down to the building level, eventually down to the teacher level. That's a process that could really, well, it would be nice to have it done this spring and start in September. It's likely to take a big year before we get everything put together. Hopefully, like having this conversation next year, this will become together for scorecards. A lot of us also remember is the learner profile is those characteristics, and working with staff on determining what opportunities we give for students during their school year to develop and show evidence that they're utilizing those characteristics and developing those characteristics. But we'll bring those two pieces together. Renaissance, we've got the 24th is the day, so it's an early release day. We'll start the first hour and a half with elementary in this room, and then Megan will come out from Renaissance and just give them an overview of that, and then they'll actually get their hands on it, to actually go through it. And the middle school through grade 10 will come out the second hour and a half. We'll go from there and basically gather information from teachers at that point in time. Any sort of feedback. We've got two opportunities that we can take teachers for an on-site visit. One of them is at Jefferson City, and then Brittany Scott, a colleague at Fern Ridge School District, that we go out and actually see it in working in progress, and actually talk to teachers that have used it as well. So sometime after the 24th, we'll see what the staff feedback is, to go come back to you guys and give you an idea of what staff thought about it.
Thank you very much, Jim. This brings us to 11.0 board communication and 11.1 calendar of events. I'll start off by acknowledging that I had scheduled to go to, I believe it was Boosters Club earlier this weekend. Simply forgot to go. I apologize for that. So signed up to go next month. It's on my calendar and everything, and still didn't make it. I apologize for that. Any other thoughts or questions or discussion regarding the calendar?
Quick overview, good work. So there's a little bit of a couple of calendar events that will update based on what Brendan mentioned tonight. The 15th, it looks like Stephen is actually signed up for the Education Foundation meeting. That's at 6 p.m. here in the community center. We've got an elementary PTO. Is that still happening tomorrow, Brendan, the 14th? At 2:30. I've got Drew signed up for that. And then we've got the Come to Oregon. It's a CTE legislative showcase. I sent you guys the email with the registration for that. So Rusty is signed up to attend that at the Hope Factory. And remember, we've got 4 students that attend that. The Hope Factory in Garfield Street, where they're building the small home for a single level. So we're going to showcase that at Rusty will attend 17th. February, that's the FFA, got a meeting on February 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Student Center, and then go back to the normal routine of the elementary PTO on the 11th, Booster Club on the 12th. That first week of Valentine's concert on the 13th, the Education Foundation on the 19th, and February 19th, the CTE.
Drop in 4 to 8 or be there before 8.
That, the CTE night, I'm trying to think of how they've done this in the past. I believe it has been I will confirm, I believe it has been a 4 to 8 event where they have started with presentation, everyone together in one space, and then actually a tour of the different spots around. They don't make it fun.
Meeting will be February 3rd, 7 p.m. right here in the community center.